Welcome back. You're still tuned to Halftime Report. Let's get some corporate conversations going. Amit Ramani, who's the chairman and MD at Awfis Space Solutions, is joining us now. Reported a good set of numbers this time around in Q3. If we look at the numbers, their EBITDA was up 30%. That's on reported basis. Even normalized EBITDA was up 18% after adjusting for Ind AS. Amit, always a pleasure speaking with you. Thank you so much for joining us today. And you know, you have ended 9 months on a strong note. Can you give us a sense of what the FY26 outlook is looking like? And if now you have more clarity on FY27 as well, because we're almost done with FY26, what kind of seat additions, revenue growth and margin outlook are you looking at?
So the guidance for our FY26 continues to remain what we had given originally, about a 30% growth for the overall business. As you see in the 9-month period, actually the co-working and allied services grew much faster at about almost 38%. And for the quarter as well, it grew at about 32%. So continuing to see great growth momentum in our co-working business. Also for FY27, at this point, I wouldn't like to comment. We will give that guidance in the Q4 results because we are still planning our annual operating plan there. And the sector overall seems extremely bullish. As you can see, the growth in every sector related to GCC, as well as if you look at now, even with the budget, with the AI and the data center companies and the solutioning that is going to provide tax holidays is only going to help and improve the sector.
Okay, that's going to help and improve the sector, surely. Just wanted some numbers. Right now, I think you have 152,000 seats, right? When do we expect this number to double from here, Amit?
I can't comment on when it doubles, but you know,
I'm sure you have some internal target at least. Yeah, you're aiming for yourself.
No, so we last year added about 40,000 seats. This year, our seat addition is about 32,000, and that's specifically because we are at the highest cycle of the commercial real estate in terms of rentals. So we've been a bit cautious about it, and again, our growth targets remains the same, but we were a bit cautious. So 32,000 for this year. Next year, we will provide that guidance in the next quarter itself.
Okay, so since you said you are at the highest level of commercial rentals, even volumes and pricing are going in tandem, right? So I wanted to understand what would the risks to some of the big opportunities that there are in the industry currently? Would it be pricing decline? Would it be volume decline? How are you seeing the industry shape up going forward, since we've seen a big surge already?
So I think the industry bases a lot of things that have gone in the macro environment, right? I think the trade deal happened. The budget was very supportive of foreign investments coming in. The GCC boom. I mean, if you look at the GCCs, there are about 2,900 GCCs. Every quarter, we are adding 25 to 30 new GCCs. Projection is by 2030, we would have close to about 4,500 GCCs employing 2.8 million people from 1.5 million today. So I think the growth engines and the drivers for co-working, overall for commercial real estate, are very strong. I think for co-working, it's the first port of call, especially for the first-time GCCs. They do not have their teams in India, and as a result, co-working and Flex provides a great solutioning. Today, we have been able to do 12 GCCs, first-time GCCs, 11 more on pipeline. If you look at the overall revenue, 21% of our revenue comes from GCCs, which is about 80 plus companies in our portfolio today. So I think very bullish overall for the sector and as well as for our own growth.
So quickly, if you can tell us, how long does it take for a new center to break even, Amit? And considering that, since Vinny spoke to you about doubling those seats, 32 to 40,000 on an annual basis, do you think next 3 years we can look at 3 lakh seats for Awfis?
Well, we would want to obviously, grow in that direction. But I think there's a very clear, approach that we are taking where we have to balance the seat addition with the growth and the profitability at the same time. If you look at our numbers, we did about 22 crores of, PAT at this point. And we are almost for the year or 9-month period, we are almost 50 crores of PAT. So I think for us, balancing the two, a decent amount of growth, 25-30%, while balancing seat addition is very critical. If you look at our even today's seats that we have added, it's enough for us to demonstrate a 25 to 30% growth for FY27. Exact guidance we will give, but today we still have seat capacity to fill, which will allow us to grow at that pace.
Okay, already enough seat capacity addition. Hoping next quarter you give us guidance, but as of now, 30% guidance for FY26 is what you're talking to us about, as well as going forward 25 to 30% in FY27 as well. Amit, thank you so much for joining us on the show as always and speaking with us in terms of your numbers. But yes, that's the management of Office Spaces for you all on the channel. But let's move on and